There was a place in America, a place so prosperous, so powerful that people called it Black Wall Street. Not sarcastically, but as a fact. Greenwood, Oklahoma, 1921. Over 300 black-owned businesses in a single neighborhood. Hospitals, law firms, hotels, schools, theaters. A community so self-sufficient that a single dollar circulated through Greenwood 19 times before it ever left the neighborhood. 19 times. The wealth stayed, the wealth grew, the wealth belonged to them, and that made a certain people very uncomfortable. On the day of May 31st, 1921, they decided to do something about it. It started with a lie. A 19-year-old black man named Dick Ronald stepped into an elevator with a white woman. Nobody knows exactly what happened. He may have stumbled and grabbed her arm. She screamed. By the next morning, the local newspaper had already decided. The headline called it assault, but it was not. It did not matter because by that evening, an armed white mob had gathered outside the courthouse, waiting. What happened next was not a riot. A riot is chaotic and uncontrolled. What happened in Tulsa on June 1st, 1921 was an invasion. The Tulsa Police Department deputized member of the white mob, handed them weapons and made them official. Private aeroplanes flew over Greenwood, shooting down at the residents below. Some accounts suggest those planes dropped incendiary devices, turning homes into fire from the air. 35 blocks burned to the ground. 1,256 homes destroyed. Every businesses, every hospitals, every school, every church gone. Between 100 to 300 black Americans were killed. The real number was never been confirmed because the bodies were buried in a mass grave in a secret location kept hidden for decades. Over 10,000 residents left homeless overnight. Not a single person was arrested. Not a single person was charged. No one person was convicted. Insurance claims were filed, and every single one was denied. The Tulsa Race Massacre was removed from Oklahoma school textbooks for over 70 years. Children in Tulsa grew up in the same city when this happened, not knowing it had happened. The official investigation did not happen until 1997. 76 years later, the survivors still alive were in their 90s. They had waited their entire life for someone to simply say, "Yes, it happened. We are sorry." And Dick Ronald was never charged because the woman in the elevator refused to press the charges. Nothing had actually happened. A lie? That is all it was. One lie in one newspaper on one morning destroyed 35 blocks, 1,256 homes, and 300 businesses. Also, up to 300 lives and 70 years of youth. They buried the story, they buried the records, they buried the bodies, but they could not bury the survivors. And the survivors remembered every single thing. This is facts they buried every week. The history they hoped you would never find. Subscribe. The facts are buried. We dig them up.